Hello there, and welcome to day 57 of the 100 Days Python Programming Challenge. And what is the topic for today? Today, I will show you how you can perform timing code execution in Python. This is basic level. You might be wondering, why do I need to know how long it takes my code to run? For example, in AWS Lambda, it usually times out after 15 minutes. So imagine you have lots of codes that you have to run in your AWS Lambda functions. Then it would not run successfully or it will not be completed before it times out. So using this example, it is important to know how long it takes your code to run, to know if you would have to optimize it in order to make sure that all your codes are executed in the shortest time possible. Today we will be talking about timing. You would learn how to time the execution of your code by using the time model. And I said that timing is good when you want to optimize performance, especially when you're using or you're doing it in a larger project. So we would explore two simple methods to measure the, the time that it takes to run a code or the time that it takes for your code to run. So we will be importing the time model. There's a documentation for time. You can read it to learn about other things that you can perform with time. But today we're just going to calculate the performance. So I've imported my time and then I want to use the time.time. The time.time function is to return the current time in seconds. So I want to calculate how long a piece of code takes to run by recording the start time and then the end time. So I have my start time at the beginning of the code and then the clock starts. And then I have my end time at the end when all the codes are run, and then it notes the end time and then it subtracts them. So like that, I can know exactly how long it takes for my code to run. So let's have our start time. Start time is equal to time.time. And then I'm just going to have like a random code. You can put any code that you want to use to calculate the time. Since this is just an example, I'm just going to have a simple for loop that just goes through a range and then it really does nothing. But you can put your function, you can put whatever when you're trying this. Try it with different examples so you can see how long it really takes for your code to be executed. And then this is my start time at the beginning. That means this, and that is the end of my code. So I have to have my end time. So my end time is equal to time.time. So this takes the end time. And now I want to know how long it takes for it to run. So that means I would subtract my end time and my start time, subtract my start time from my end time, and then I can know the total time that it takes to be executed in seconds. And then I will print my result so I can know how many seconds it takes to be executed. So this is end time minus start time and then printing using an F string the time taken in seconds. So when I run this, we get that it takes 0.047488821, the rest in seconds. Try it with functions, try it with anything, and then you will see how long it takes. So we're storing the start time with our start time and we place our code. This is the code that we want to measure. And after we record the end time and then we calculate the time taken by subtracting the start time from the end time. So then the next thing we want to do is we want to time the performance counter. If we want like a more accurate measurement, especially when you are dealing with shorter pieces of code, you might want to use the time.performance counter. And this function has higher resolution, which makes it more suitable to measure like smaller time intervals. So now let me show you how you would do this. So we have our start time, and our start time is time dot our performance counter And let's still use our for loop that does nothing, that just goes to the range of 1 to 1 million. And then my end time equals to time dot performance counter. And then I'll calculate the execution time. Calculating the execution time is subtracting end time minus start time. And then we will get a more precise execution time in seconds. And when I run this, we get a more precise seconds execution time in seconds. So these are two methods of calculating time. There are so many others. So try it out. Try it with different blocks of code. You can pick some of the codes that we've worked on in previous tutorial and just place it there and see how long it takes to run. This is very helpful when you want to do larger codes and you don't want it to run for an hour non-stop. So if it runs longer than what you would expect, then you know that you have to optimize your code so it runs as the shortest time possible. So that's it for this tutorial. Try it out and let me know what you think. That's it for this video. Do not forget to subscribe, like, and leave a comment. And as always, the link to the Jupyter Notebook is in the description. So check it out and let me know what you think of our video so far. We're going. Thank you. Bye for now.